Maybe you're ready to buy stocks and don't need to watch this video, but let me ask you a couple questions first to see if you should watch this through or not. What is a market order? What is a limit order and a stop loss order? What is the difference between a GTC and a GFD? Look, if you don't know these answers, then it's okay. In this video, I will go over exactly these two questions and why this is a must know before you start investing in stocks. Look, I've been trading for over 10 years now, and trust me, if you do not understand these foundational type questions, you are setting yourself up to lose a bunch of money. Stay tuned and let me help you on your way to stock market riches.
Tell me, how does it feel living that good life? Never ever really had to think.
What's going on, fam? Justin Hauser here, and welcome to the Justin Hauser Show, where I go over vital information in only 5 minutes on how to make you financially smart and rich. And make sure you check the description below for show notes and links to all recommended products in this video. And most importantly, if you get value in this video, then let's help that YouTube algorithm and smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you will not miss any of my future videos. So let's get right into how to buy stocks, order types, investing 101. Look, I know how exciting it is to first get that idea, to get that motivation to want to trade stocks. I know that you just want to jump in and start trading immediately. But please build up a foundation first before you dive right in. Look, I was there in your same position over 10 years ago. I just jumped in, went head first with no real clue on what to do. And guess what happened? I made $145,000 in 90 days. Just kidding. I actually lost over $5,000 trading penny stocks in those first 90 days. Look, I took a rough lesson, a financial lesson, that I wish I would have never had to taken in the first place. Fast forward a few months later, I did recoup my losses and have since made 6 figures, but again, I have learned from that crucial mistake of not building that foundation first before jumping right in. We have all heard the saying that the smart person learns from their mistakes, but the wise person learns from the smart person and never makes the mistake in the first place. This is why I created this series called Investing 101, where I will walk you through the basics of investing and make sure that you do have that solid foundation built, and so you won't make the same mistakes that I did when I started investing. So finally, let's get into the meat of this video. Once you've signed up for a brokerage and you have found the stock that you want to buy, it's time to purchase it. Look, when you start to purchase it, there's going to be several options on how to buy the stock. But for this video, I'm gonna go over the 3 main order types: market order, limit order, and a stop order. Just for this example, let's say that you wanted to buy some Facebook stock that's currently trading at $200 per share. The first type of order that we're gonna go over is called a market order. So what is a market order? A market order is an order where you can buy or sell a stock at the current available price. A market order guarantees execution, but not price. It executes immediately, not 5 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours later, right now. In other words, a market order means give it to me now. So what does this mean exactly? Let's say that you placed a market order to buy Facebook when it was at $200, but before you clicked buy, the price jumped to $205. You now bought the stock at $205. The same goes for it if the stock dipped in price to, let's say, $195. You now own that stock at $195 versus the $200 that you originally asked for. Pro tip, I generally recommend you only place market orders when the market is currently open. If you place it after hours, it will be executed when the market reopens in the morning, at which the stock's price could have been impacted by events such as the release of the earnings, company news, or even economic events that could have impacted the company, the sector, or even the entire stock market. I also would not recommend using this type for penny stocks, which I would stay away from completely anyways. The next type of order you can place is called a limit order. What is a limit order? A limit order is an order to buy or sell a stock with a restriction on the price. In other words, a limit order means give it to me now, but. So let's look at the same Facebook stock example as we did previously. The stock is still trading at $200, but when you put in that limit order for Facebook, you would then have to define the but. Let's say that you only want to pay $195, so you put in a limit for $195. This means that it will only be executed and you own the stock if it reaches $195. So let's say it goes down to $195.01, you will not own it. Let's say that it increases to $250, you will still not own it. It's that simple. And the next type of order you can place is called a stop order. This stop order serves as a kind of automatic entry or exit trigger once the price has been traded at or through a specific price, referred to as the stop. In other words, a stop order means get me out. You can use a stop order in two ways: a stop limit order and a trailing stop order. A stop limit order is where the stock will sell at a specified limit price or better only after the stop price has been reached. Again, let's use Facebook as the example. You bought the stock at $200 and now it's trading at $300. Congrats, you're already up 50%. So now you decide to put in a stop limit order at $290. Once the stock reaches that $290 price point, the trade will execute. But you need to be aware of limit orders as it does not guarantee execution. Let's say that Facebook released bad news in the middle of the day saying that they're being investigated by the SEC or the government and is being sued for $50 billion in privacy concerns. So the stock then drops down immediately to $250. The trade will not execute and it will not sell. Let's say it drops to $220. It's still not selling. Let's say it drops all the way down to $200. It's still not selling because you said you're willing to sell the stock if it hits $290 only. This is the risk that you will play if you put in a stop limit order. The other type of stop order is called a trailing stop order. This type of order will track the current ask or bid offer by either a specific percentage or dollar amount. Let's say that you put in a trailing stop loss order for Facebook at 10%. A sell trade would be executed if the price drops 10% from its peak after purchase. You could also set this as a dollar amount, such as $10. A sell trade would be executed if the price drops down $10 from its peak price after purchase, vice percentage-wise. Please note that a trailing stop only moves up when the stock reaches a new peak. It cannot move down. A trailing stop is a great way to lock in profits and a way that you can ride the wave of an increasing stock while protecting your downside. There are many additional types of orders, but it's more advanced. However, being that it's more advanced doesn't mean that it's better than the ones that we just covered. It just means that it's more complicated. I mainly use these type of orders that I just listed in the video when trading stocks personally. And the last thing you need to know is the difference between a GTC and a GFD. A GTC stands for good till canceled. What this means is, let's say you have Facebook trading at $200 and you put in a limit order at $190. So you decide to put a good till canceled on that order. It will sit there, depending on what stockbroker that you're using, until it reaches that point. It could be 30 days, 60 days, or even months, and if the price point was never reached, your requested limit order will never execute. On the other hand, let's look at the GFD, or good for day. Let's look at that Facebook stock again, and let's say that it's trading at $200. You put in a limit order at a good for day at $190. If Facebook reaches $190 by the end of that current day, it's executed. If not, the order deletes itself from the brokerage account. So in review, a market order is saying, give it to me now. A limit order is saying, give it to me now, but. And a stop order is saying, get me out. So there it is, how to buy stocks, order types, investing 101. I hope this video helped you. And if it did, can you smash that like button? Now it's time for question of the day. What type of order do you use or plan on using the most when you start trading? Please leave your answer below in the comments, as I would love to connect with you. And remember, God sees you and He loves you. I'll see you in the next video.